Well, thanks. It's great to be here. And, you know, I'm glad to have my wife next to me because owning a gun, hunting, and fishing is a family sport. So I am deeply proud. I got to tell you up front, the president is a magnificent boss. He is. He calls me once a week, what do you need? And I can tell you, there is no president in my lifetime that is more for us than President Donald J. Trump. And despite what the media says, take my word, history will show there was no president that has done more in as short a time as Donald J. Trump than getting jobs back and restoring our country. Hey, I grew up in Montana. I'm fifth generation, and some say I grew up with a rod in one hand and a rifle in another, and a horse underneath. But I can tell you, no one loves our public lands more than I. You can love them as much, but you can't love them anymore. I tell you, it's a great responsibility to be a steward of our most majestic holdings. The Department of Interior is 12 time zones. We run from the Virgin Islands in the east all the way to American Samoa in the west. 1/5 of our nation's land falls under the Department of Interior. And my goal is to make sure that hunting, fishing, traditional use is on all of it. Now, I'll admit there are areas where Murr is right, where man is more an observer and the lightest footprint. But much of our holdings are in the Pinchot model, where multiple use is the best management tool. And multiple use is for us. Our public land belongs to America. One of my first secretarial orders was to repeal a ban on lead ammunition and fishing rods, or fishing tackle. And the reason is this. When you grow up in the woods, as I did, and my dad took me out, as many of your folks took you out, hunting and fishing and hiking, canoeing, and using our public lands is a tradition. It's a legacy that's important to make sure that legacy is extended in perpetuity for nations or for our citizens and generations to come. It is a family tradition. And what I get concerned about is when it's narrowed to be elite, when restrictions are placed on our access, when roads are closed. Then what occurs is it becomes an elitist sport, where us, the American people that own the land, don't have access to our land. And you can take it from me, it won't happen under President Donald J. Trump's watch. The other part about my job, as I would say, my top priority is restoring trust. Out west, believe it or not, the Department of Interior in some places is not well liked. And that bothers me too. Because we want to be the happy department. We do. We want to be the respected department that works with local communities. When you see a BLM truck out there, what I want people to see are land managers and not law enforcement. And you know what? I'm not a big advocate for Smokey Bear being armed either. But this is about what trust is. The responsibility to be the steward of our great lands is a great responsibility. But as secretary, I want to make sure that we work with local communities. We want to be the YEP team, the advocate for hunting, fishing, and traditional use rather than the adversary. And it's important. I can tell you the NRA stands as a core, fundamental group that supports that legacy. Your standing made a difference, all of you. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We all knew where our country was heading, and we didn't quit. In the SEALs, I spent 23 years, and there's a saying in the SEALs, is you have to, Now up front, I was never the best jumper, diver, explosive expert, but I always knew who was. I always surrounded myself with really, really good people, and I married up. Way up. But I can tell you, there's a saying in the SEALs, those who wear the trident, is you have to earn your trident every day. And I will say this. We have to earn our freedom every day. So with that, we got to go catch the plane. But thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for being there when we needed it. Thank you for everything that you will do. Because I know with this group, guns and freedom matter. God bless you, and God bless the NRA.